coming up in this read. If you stab a Scorpio in the back, you're done. You're absolutely done. If you've any kind of substance to you, you'd at least stab them in the front. Hi Scorpio, we're doing your weekly read from July the 2nd to the 9th. Your weekly reads are every Sunday at 6 p.m. GMT. Feel free to watch from your Scorpio Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus placements. And of course, yes, cross watches are welcome. Okay, right, so your rune of the week, Scorpio, is Urus. And I'll just hold this up for you so you can see. Okay, so Urus is all about strength, power and courage. Okay, so your theme of the week is to remain strong. Okay, have that courage. Now it could well be that you're finding yourself in a situation that is perhaps unfamiliar. That is usually when we have to tap into our strength and courage. Okay, so definitely do keep an open mind. If something is worrying you at this point in time, Spirit's saying, look, you're going to be able to tackle anything that comes your way. Okay, so you can utilize the power of the rune Urus to help you find your strength, courage and power. Now some of you actually don't realize how powerful you actually are. Okay, so again, by utilizing that rune, it can really help you to tap into that. All right, okay, right, so it's coming in towards our Scorpio collective, please, for the week of July 2nd to the 9th. Can we have 4 cards, please, for Scorpio? Oh, okay. There's certainly some kind of decision that is going to need to be made here, Scorpio, throughout this week. And it's one of those decisions where it's like you are going to have to stick with the decision that you've made. Okay, so it's not the type of thing where you're able to change your mind again halfway through. I do apologize, that was me dropping that. Okay, so your first card out is the Bride, Wife and Engagement, with the Ocean, Distance and Journey. Okay, so the Bride energy would indicate a commitment of some kind, right? I'll just switch out the camera so that you can see this. That would be some kind of commitment, and it very much does remind me of the Queen of Coins energy. Now again, just because it's a bride, it doesn't mean anything about someone's actual gender. Okay, as I always say, it's just the polarization of the feminine or the masculine principle. Interesting, because now you've got the groom that's come out as well. So as I was saying, you can still be a masculine and be identifying with that feminine principle. Okay, Groom, husband, marriage, peace, serenity with the dove, and justice documents with the scales. Yeah, so someone, like, if you're not already married, some of you could be getting married soon. That could be a thing, especially with this documents and justice energy. It's this one. This one's thrown me a curveball with the journey and the distance. This could be telling me, Scorpio, that again, like, whether you're currently married or not, it's like, let's just say there's a group of yous who are currently married, and then there's another group of yous who are currently single. The message still applies to you. Okay, this is all about a lifelong partner, right, with your bride and groom. It's both the masculine and the feminine coming together in union as one. Now that could also be internal energies as well. That's why I was saying, look, for those of you who are single, this message could still resonate. It's just going to resonate differently because it can be external or internal. Now for a while, this is showing me that for a while a lot of you perhaps felt separated from your own internal self, if that makes sense. So you're closing that gap. If this is about another physical person, you could be closing that gap, be it physically or emotionally, between yourself and this other individual, your significant person. Okay, So always do keep an open mind with general reads, because again, the messages, like the messages can come out in a really clever way sometimes, and then in other times they can come out really straight to the point. Okay. Finding peace, finding serenity, and again, something to do with documents here as well. You've got teeth, control, and change. Okay, that would indicate a positive change with the golden teeth. All right, a positive change. Now, this could be a positive change when it pertains to your finances, to your living situation, again, to your relationship with another individual, and then for the rest of you, to the relationship with yourself. Okay. I'm feeling intuitively for a small group of yous that there is a physical person at a distance from you. And if you look real close at these cards, you've actually got the bride is pointing that way and the groom is pointing that way, right? So for a small group of you, there is another person, your person, who is at a physical distance at this point in time, and they're looking towards some kind of peace and serenity. That would indicate some kind of peace offering from this person. You might not have spoken to them in a while, but they are strongly thinking of you and thinking of bringing you this peace offering so that they can balance something out here, so that they can make something right with you. All right. Now, perhaps this individual had issues with control. Maybe that's why you turned your back on them, because they were just too controlling. So we see that where that's ringing true for you, we're seeing some kind of change to their way of doing things. Underneath that one, you've got the house, relocation, and home. Some of you could be looking for a new home. Again, that would make perfect sense, especially for those of you who are getting married, or for those of you who are taking your relationship up to the next level. Perhaps the next level is moving in with each other. You could be a married couple looking to buy a home, you know, and things not working out in that aspect for a long while with that distance card, and then all of a sudden the opportunity presents itself to you and you're going to find that ideal family home. So again, it's going to resonate real differently for a lot of you. Okay, right, so what we're going to do here, I'm going to move these along and we're going to keep clarifying each and every single one of these cards and find out what it is that's actually going on beneath the depths of this particular energy. Okay. Before we start pulling the tarot though, we're going to look at what's the tea. Okay, can you clarify this energy one for one, please, for our Scorpio collective for July 2nd to July 9th? Clarify this energy one for one for Scorpio collective. Right, so we can do 3 shuffles. Oh, one of them wants to come out straight away. Interesting. Okay, and then we're going to start taking from the top of the deck. Right, so you've got giving money for the bride, wife engagement. You have a love triangle, third party, multiple lovers, multiple choices for the ocean. The groom is screenshots, getting evidence, proof and facts. Interesting, because that card came out the last Sunday that I did your read. You got bad reputation for the dove. Okay, boss bitch for the scales, and at the bottom of the deck, dirty offer. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, you are definitely going to have to tap into your courage, strength and power this week, Scorpio. Now that we're seeing this energy come out, it does indicate to me that for those of you especially where, you know, you're just trying to move on, you're just trying to live your best life. Some of you, as I say, are getting married, engaged, moving in with a significant other. Even if you're just one of those that is getting closer to that sense of who you are as a person, and never underestimate how important that is. It's still really, really important. It doesn't really matter which side of the fence you're sitting on for this. You are absolutely going to have a situation that really starts to make you question quite a lot of things. And I feel that this is going to be a question of the human condition here. Okay. I'm sighing because it feels like someone is probably about to try and underestimate you. And obviously I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I'm going to give it to you straight, okay? Here's the situation. Someone sees that you're doing really, really well in life, on a personal level and a professional level. Some of yous more recently have helped out another individual financially because you had it. Okay, you had it. Someone was struggling, you helped them out. It's a very lovely, kind-hearted, generous thing for you to do. Someone who is at a physical distance to you heard about this, and they are untrustworthy, because it's indicating to me that they are going to be asking you first and foremost for some kind of forgiveness, and then they're going to get to the nitty-gritty of, you helped out that other person, can you help me out too? Okay. It's involving, for those of you who have a significant other, it is involving them. So what we actually see is some kind of message goes to your significant other by mistake from the person with the dirty offer. Now, depending on your significant other, they might well try and conceal that from you to avoid you getting hurt. So accidentally, they end up trying to control the situation, which might well annoy you. Because again, you're a Scorpio, you're like that. I don't need protection. Like, I'd rather that you just give me the truth. You don't have to hide anything. Just give me the truth. What's happened, what's gone down. You know, just give it to me straight. And of course, the one who hid that message, they did have good intentions towards you, but it was kind of controlling as well by the same token. Okay. This is a really difficult situation because you've got this triangulation, and that is usually a third person situation. It's like there are other people getting involved here with your private life, which again, that's not going to sit well with a Scorpio. Okay, Scorpios absolutely love their privacy, and they hate being the center of gossip, or even the thought that anybody was gossiping about them, right? So I do see quite a few things annoying you this week. Okay, I will be completely honest with you, Scorpio. And it's mostly other people's behaviors is going to really irk you to the point of frustration. There is good news here, though, for those of you who are running your own business, or those of you who are climbing that ladder with your career. It's indicating to me that there's some kind of promotion here, okay? Or for those of you where you were supposed to be getting a promotion, but it fell through because of someone else, then you're going to use that and transmute it into something positive, strike out on your own and become incredibly successful through striking out on your own. Okay. You clarify this energy 1 for 1 for our Scorpio collective, please. Can you make this clearer? Oh, okay, one more shuffle. There we go. Okay, the 2 of Cups. Attraction, friendship, and agreement. That's your major arcana. That's death, end, closure, sudden change, and radical transformation. This deck works a little bit differently from traditional tarot, okay? So just in case anyone's trying to read along with it, this deck is quite different. The 6 of Cups, gifts, life, and personal gain. The 3 of Coins, abundance, trade, and fame. And the Knight of Coins, a useful person, surprises, and friendliness. And at the bottom of that deck is the 2 of Swords, adjustment, stability, and agreement. Okay, let's take this to the business aspect of things just for a minute. In business or career, someone is offering you a new contract or new terms within an old contract, but certain things have been taken out that used to benefit you. So you're going to be tapping in to your strength, power, and courage to renegotiate these terms, because these terms do not work for you. Okay, these are terms that actively go against you. It is showing that with you demanding these adjustments, it is actually going to work in your favor, and an agreement will be reached. Okay, that feels like someone is trying to do a dodgy deal where they benefit but you lose out somehow, but you're going to cotton onto it pretty damn quick. Okay, especially because of this boss bitch energy. It's like, yeah, you know a dirty offer when you see it, basically. It's showing me that you are going to really emphasize on that point of you being useful, and that it's going to be in their best interest to keep you on side rather than make an enemy of you. And how you do that is through diplomacy. You've got an additional message in this one. Okay, so I'll just show you. It looks like it's that cart in the background. That cart has seen something. It's seen battle, or it's seen a really long, hard journey, because it's all in pieces now. I mean, you can see that the wheels have come off, and it's looking worse for wear, basically. And then, of course, you see these 2 individuals coming to an agreement, you know, sharing a cup of something and agreeing on something, right? So the $1 million question is, was this a battle cart or was it a traveling one? Right, that's where I'm unclear. So someone, this could be telling me one or 2 things. Either someone where you couldn't possibly see eye to eye with that other individual for love nor money, suddenly yous are able to compromise with something and move something to the next stage, right? If that's a battle cart. If that's more to do with like a journeying cart, it would tell me that you've been on a really long and difficult journey with another person, and now you're reaching some kind of an agreement, right? This could be a long, difficult journey with money for some of you. Some of you have felt like you had to work harder than everyone else just to earn a living. Okay, so we're seeing that there is now there's more of like a peaceful relationship, because that can be a relationship with money. All right, so it's no longer feeling like you constantly have to fight for money, or that you constantly have to watch every single little penny. Do you know what I mean? But it's also not allowing money to completely dominate your life. Obviously, yes, everybody needs money, but there are healthy relationships with money, and then there are unhealthy relationships with money. And it's telling me that you either have right now, or you very soon will have, a very healthy relationship with money. So it's like you earn it, you respect it, but it doesn't dominate you. Okay, it's a fulfilling relationship. Okay. And then for this one, where we've got your major arcana, distance. So someone across an ocean, so that's someone at a vast distance to you, who is currently involved with another individual, is thinking of you, with your major arcana being there. There is a couple who are arguing about you, and you might not even know about it. Okay? You might not even know about it. And with that being love triangle energy, that does feel like an ex. It does feel like an ex. Either them two were supposed to be married, or they were about to get married, and with their backs now turned to each other, they've called it off. Because one of them cannot get over the idea of you still being a thing. This is literally, one of these people has an issue with your very existence, and the other one is still really, really obsessed with you. Okay? But that's not your fault. That's not your fault at all. That is literally you, Scorpio, being dragged into another person's argument, another person's private life. And that's not fair, and it's not right. And the sooner both of they fuckers grow up, the better it's going to be for everybody. Okay? And it is someone from your past, because remember, that's the Six of Cups. So in this deck, this is all about gifts, life, and personal gain. Okay. There is a masculine energy, and again, not necessarily a man, but a masculine energy, who is basically thinking only of their personal gain in the situation. Now, what is this screenshots, getting evidence, getting proof, and getting facts all about? One of this couple has been off speaking to other people. You could well be getting dragged into someone else's divorce proceedings here. There is a masculine that is coming towards you, for a small handful of you, and they are gifting you these screenshots. They're gifting you some kind of evidence, some kind of proof of what their partner has done or has been saying about you. So it's almost like that they're using, that they're basically chucking their person under the bus, metaphorically, in order to win favor back with you, is what I'm saying. And it's someone who is at a physical distance from you. That's the one that's obsessed with you. They absolutely have a partner at the moment. And they are going behind their partner's back to bring you some kind of gift, some kind of evidence of what they think is going to be a gift. So say their partner has been bad-mouthing you, lying about you, causing problems for you when you're not even there. That one's bringing you the evidence. Abundance, trade and fame. To clarify, peace, serenity with the dove, and bad reputation. I don't feel that that individual is going to receive a warm reception from you, Scorpio. Because to be quite frank with yous all, yous have got better things to do with your time. Yous have all grown up, whereas that couple have remained firmly in the past. I can see you being just like, yeah, whatever, to that person. Yeah, whatever. You might not even respond to them at all, because you're focused on your abundance. You're focused on your career, your business for others of you. You do have a lot of people who speak fondly of you here, Scorpio, with this fame energy being in this Three of Coins. It's just literally someone at a distance who is trying to defame you. You see how that works? They're trying to defame you. They're trying to degrade you. And all you've tried to do is be peaceful. I'm feeling a potential court case on the horizon for you here, Scorpio. Because if this gets as bad as I suspect it would, you would be able to take that evidence into a courthouse and have their person, their partner, whoever that is, made liable for the shit that they're saying, or the shit that they're doing in your direction. Okay? The main message that really sticks out for me with this particular Knight of Coins is the surprises. So this is indicating to me, Scorpio, that you have actually surprised a lot of people. You were working very, very hard for a long time on something, right? Because remember, it is still the Knight of Coins energy. It is still, you know, methodical, careful up to a certain extent, bit of a perfectionist. The way that it's been illustrated in this particular deck is it's on a very fast ball, you know, and they can be absolutely terrifying. So with this one, it's indicating that someone's saying Scorpio is a force to be reckoned with, and you will not be able to distract Scorpio from what they're currently doing, because they have tunnel vision when they've set their sights on something. Exactly like when you see a boar, they've clocked something and they go for it. They feel on attack, and anything in its path is absolutely going to be decimated. Okay, that's where I'm getting that message from. So someone is warning another person against trying anything funny with you, because they will end up getting decimated. It really is that simple. They will end up getting decimated. And I feel not only have you surprised yourself at how far you've succeeded and still are succeeding, you're actually surprising other people who didn't think that you could be successful. that really annoys the shit out of me, because anyone who calls himself a friend, they should be rooting for you anyway. These particular people were not. So you know, they have had that smirk wiped right off their faces. And the individual who does have it in for you, who is hell-bent on trying to ruin your reputation or defame you, they are going to be really surprised themselves at the I want to say brutal response that they receive. But it's showing me that you're not going to be responding to them directly. You're going to have someone else who is working on your behalf to respond to them directly. Because remember, you've got justice and documents there. Feels legal. Feels legal. It's telling me, look, you're going to lawyer up. Or, of course, if you're in the UK, then it would be solicitors. You're going to have them working on your behalf to deal with that worrisome individual. It is like a cease and desist type thing that's coming through here. Strong, Scorpio. Okay, super, super strong. And it is going to absolutely surprise that person, because they'll be like, shit, I genuinely didn't realize that Scorpio had those kind of contacts or those kind of capabilities or even that kind of money to be able to do something like that. I thought Scorpio was kind of sitting there on their own, open and vulnerable. That's the type of person that's coming in for an attack, Scorpio. And let me tell you, they fucked up. They fucked up because they've misunderstood you completely and utterly. They've had an idea in their head about who you are, and they were so utterly fucking wrong. It was unbelievable. So they can try and come at you all they like. But what is it they're going to be met with? They're going to be met with a force that is far stronger than they will ever be. And they're going to end up on their arse. And it serves them right. It serves them right. With this, I feel that there's going to be some kind of, it's blackmail, okay, Scorpio. It's telling me someone is, especially if you are out in the public eye, or if you are a big business individual. Again, don't focus on the gender, okay? And I appreciate it says boss bitch, but again, you can still be a boss bitch and be a man. It's not a problem. Someone, an incredibly successful Scorpio, is about to potentially be blackmailed. And that's going to backfire. So whatever happens, Scorpio, do not think for a single second that by not fighting this, you're going to preserve a peaceful mode of living, okay? By allowing someone to potentially blackmail you, that is going to be asking for further problems down the line. They need to be dealt with quick, hard, and swift, okay? And as far as the blackmail goes, there is zero substance to it as well. So you're perfectly within your rights to take that particular course of action. Right. Let's get a deeper level into this energy for you guys. Clarify further. Scorpio collective, what's going on with this energy, please? What's going on? Can you clarify one for one? What's going on with this particular energy for Scorpio? Okay, one more shuffle. Whoa, okay. Just check if anything else flipped. It did not. Okay. Right, so you've got change under that one. I will switch out the cameras again so that you can see all of the cards. Concern. The key. expectation, main female, and the thief at the bottom of that deck. Okay. That energy proper does fit in with that blackmail energy that I clocked. The fact that you've got thief that's coming underneath this particular line, it does fit in with the blackmail. All right. It's telling me that the person who potentially is trying to blackmail you is working with another individual. So I'll just let that one sit with you. But it's under their thoughts. Yeah. Thief and thoughts. So they're currently planning it. They're currently planning it. They haven't done it yet. They're planning on it. But as I say, look, they're not actually going to get anywhere. You have a change in your finances. And it is indicating a positive change. Okay. You could well be working with a partner. That could be a business partner or like a romantic partner. You could be going into business with them. And that looks to be very successful. Really successful. So you're still going to be in charge, but you're going to have an advocate right next to you so that you can delegate certain responsibilities. Okay. With this card, your change card, that's also about travel. So you could be looking at some kind of physical travels. Like as we saw right at the beginning, some of you could legit be looking to buy a new home, you know. If you are, then the chances are it's not necessarily going to be in your first like your most ideal location, but the location that you do end up at is going to be absolutely perfect for you. Okay. You have a message of concern that's coming straight in towards you from an individual that is within this particular love triangle, the person who is at a distance. So it's that person there, and it does feel like, to a certain extent, either they currently are playing both sides of the fence, or they were playing both sides of the fence, and it just took them too damn long for them to realize that actually they were advocating for, let's just say, an evil person instead of defending you from the get-go the way that they should have been. Okay, again, it's going to be different for all of you. Okay. But certainly it is going to be concerning for you as to why this person is messaging you now. All right. Like that is going to be suspicious for you, and that's only natural. Of course it would, because as I keep saying in my public reads, look, if you stab a Scorpio in the back, you're done. You're absolutely done. And if you've any kind of substance to you, you'd at least stab them in the front so that they can defend themselves. But I tell you, 9 times out of 10 they don't. And that's the shitty thing about it. You see, with this key and the cage is actually opened. At one point, that cage was locked. And with the 6 of Cups being there, yeah, someone is dragging up the past. Definitely. And the other interesting thing to me as well is you've got 33 there and 33 there. Some of you could be seeing a lot of 333 at this point in time, so you might want to Google search healing angel number 333 and pull up some additional information from that. Your 3s is all about creativity, cooperation, friendships, self-expression, growth. You have outgrown these people or this person or this situation. You outgrew it a long, long time ago. This is definitely something from the past being dragged up yet again. And it's not being dragged up by you, it's being dragged up by someone else, and they are coming towards you with it, right? With your expectations, I do feel strongly that you suspected that this was going to happen at some point. You were expecting this at some point. I'm also feeling as well that a lot of you have already made concessions for when that does come in towards you. Like you have already put protective methods in place. Because even though you haven't said anything, you felt this coming for a long, long time. So you always know a lot more than what you'll ever say. And then I'm getting like a dark feminine energy off of this particular main female. So in this deck, you get 2 main males and 2 main females, because I've combined 2 decks. But the way that they're illustrated is really, really different from each other. So this one is my dark feminine and the other one is my lighter feminine. Okay, so who's at the back of all this? A dark feminine energy. Not necessarily a female, but a dark feminine energy. And what do I mean by dark? Well, I mean someone who is so utterly consumed in their own thoughts of jealousy that they cannot bear to be happy for anybody else. It's someone who has to be at the forefront of every single conversation. It's someone who is incredibly high on the narcissistic scale. Okay, it's someone who like is an incredibly unpleasant individual, but they don't even realize that they are severely unpleasant. You know, they have to be absolutely right with everything. You know, they really do enjoy playing into that sort of victim mentality. And they believe that they're completely untouchable as well. So they are currently plotting with another individual on how they're going to affect your business, how they're going to affect your reputation. They're coming at you with some kind of blackmail, bribery, whatever. That's what I mean by the dark female. It's like the distorted feminine. Yeah. So with this one, it's showing me that you're far too wise and you're far too long in the tooth to be dragged into this drama. And what you're actually going to do is deal with it swiftly, quickly, and for most of you, using the authorities and the legal side of things to fight this particular battle on your behalf. And it's going to be over so quick. Like, it is going to hit that person so hard they're not going to know what happened. Okay, because remember, for the longest time they genuinely believed that they could just get away with treating anybody any which way, and they're trying to set you a trap, but they end up caught in their own trap, is the best way that I can describe this particular energy. Okay. And clarify this energy, please, for Scorpio. Can we have 2 cards, please? For Scorpio. Thank you. Okay, so your first card is the Queen of Clubs. This is a very helpful, confident individual. Oh, am I still on the wrong camera? There we go. A very helpful and confident individual, someone who's very gentle and very pleasing. This is your energy, Scorpio. This is the vibe that you're giving out to everybody at this point in time. If anyone ever needs help, they go to you because they know that they can depend on you. They know that they're not going to be like judged or berated or anything like that. Okay, it's like I told you earlier, Scorpio, people on the whole have got very good very pleasant, wonderful things to say about you. It's just literally this one dark, feminine energy that has an issue with you. The Six of Diamonds. This can indicate relationship troubles. This can indicate problems within a marriage, arguments and separation. This is what someone is trying to create for you, but the only thing that they are succeeding in doing is creating these problems and arguments within their own relationship. Because they're hell-bent on destroying you, they're actually destroying themselves in the process. Okay? This individual is not going to split you and your significant other, or if you want to be with someone specifically, that person is not going to be successful in keeping you apart from each other for much longer, or breaking you up, or whatever the situation is for you. Okay, that jealous person, there's just no way that they're going to succeed. The only thing that they're succeeding in, as I said, is destroying their own life. And at the bottom of the deck is actually the Four of Hearts. It's beautiful. This is change or travel on the horizon. Okay, now there will be some delays and something might end up being postponed, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be cancelled. Someone's trying to cancel you, abso-friggin-lutely. They're going to cancel themselves. They're causing delays and postponements for themselves. You, on the other hand, whenever there are minor issues over the next week, you're going to find ways around it. Okay. They are trying to cause some kind of delay for you, for definite. But again, not going to be successful. Like literally, especially with Urus being your rune for the week, what they're actually doing is making you stronger. They think that they're weakening you, but they're not. They're just making you stronger. Because the way that Scorpio works is they take all of that bullshit and negativity that is thrown at them, and they will sit there with it and they'll go, right, okay, so all of you bunch of bastards have said this, that and the next about me. I'm going to ensure that I prove every single one of you's wrong. Not because I care about what it is that you think, but because that is how I'm going to make a fool out of every single one of you. That's the way that a Scorpio works. That's why they're the sign of transmutation. They transmute negative energy in a positive. They take all that hate that is thrown at them and they use that as fuel. They use it for fuel on their way to success. Have a healing message for Scorpio, please. Thank you. Okay, so you've got loyalty, Mithras. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody that you used to deal with, Scorpio. They were loyal to the wrong one. They were loyal to that distorted feminine energy. And they're realizing their mistake now, because that is a deep energy. Okay. All these cards have got like different categories, and this one's in the deep category. Okay. Alright, so it says, if you want loyalty, be worthy of it. Yeah, if they wanted loyalty, they should have been worthy of it. Hold to your agreements. If you make promises to yourself, then keep them. You may be used to holding to your agreements with others, but neglecting yourself. Trust relates to loyalty. Yeah, and then the duality is disloyalty and spurning. The positive aspects is loyalty and support. So you, at some point, Scorpio, were forced to analyze who it was that you were being loyal and supportive to. And that's when you cut things off with that situation. Because you realize that other one, they're only loyal to what it is that they can get out of a situation. So basically, at some point, that distorted feminine looked like they were winning. Or they somehow made it look like they were in the right. And they weren't at all. It's all backfired, and it's all coming to light now. All of it. Can we pull any other useful information from this? Okay, so the plant companion is sunflower and the crystal companion is sunstone. And then it just goes on and tells you about the mythology. So it's speaking like of a shield wall, and if one person breaks the shield wall, then it causes a vulnerability. Yeah. So there was a vulnerability that distorted feminine took advantage of, but the problem is now they're coming back for round 2. There is no vulnerability, and they're just going to bounce right off of you, if that makes sense. Okay, so yeah, I do need to leave that one there, Scorpio. That is what I have for you. If you feel that you could benefit from a personal reading that is catered more towards your own specific needs, then you can place your booking at phoenixkeiatarot.com. Please never forget that tarot is not a crutch, it's not a scapegoat, it's a guide, and you're the one that's in charge of your destiny for the most part, okay? Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you will join me again next week for your Scorpio Sundays at 6 p.m. GMT. Okay, bye.